Hi, and welcome to the 2011 Gracie Awards here at the Beverly Hills Hilton Hotel. We are at our red carpet. We're about to start the event. Hope you enjoy the show. There are lots of people here that will be walking the red carpet. This award show is put forward by the Women's Alliance and is specifically for women in media. So I hope you enjoy the show. Have fun.
You and we're newbies, baby. Isn't it a little overwhelming to see everybody though? It's great. You see how many women there are doing great things, and it's very inspirational.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about Idol.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself actually as a child.
Oh gosh.
How early music came into your life?
Music came into my life pretty early, but not in the traditional sense that I think it comes into a lot of people's lives. My mom says that when I started to read, I started to sing. And my mom bought me a record player that you could fold up and take with you. So if we went on that long drive to my grandmother's house, I took my record player and my records, and on my records were read-along books, but they had songs on them too. And those are some of the first songs that I started singing. And my mom said that she could leave me in my room all day, and she said it would sound like there were 15 people in there with me, but I could keep myself occupied all the time. And I love to sing.
I wanted to talk to you because I have a nursing background. I was so interested in your charity, and I wanted you to talk a little bit about it so everyone is reminded of what you do.
I've been fortunate enough to have a child with autism. I never thought I would say it like that, but when you think about it, I've been fortunate enough to have a child who has something that one in 91 children have. And I say fortunate because I have the means to advocate and get resources for other families, and it's a blessing. I mean, I remember when we first got the diagnosis and someone said, one day you're going to go, thank God my child had autism. I'm like, then I'm crying and stressed, and I'm like, no way will I ever say that. But I really do see it as a blessing because the opportunity to help other people get through this. I mean, there are people in America that are deciding between treatment for their kids and rent, and food. So the Holly Rod Foundation has been very instrumental in helping families cope with having autism in their family. Hollyrod.org, HOLLYROD.org.
Yeah, this is my first year at the Gracie, so I'm just going to be a spectator and then honor, I guess you'd say, the only woman or female football coach of a high school team, which is pretty cool.
Please tell us how you feel tonight.
Yes, I feel so honored to receive the Dove Real Beauty Award. It's only been given out like a few other times, and I'm just like so thankful. It's because of my work with girls and self-esteem and telling girls that, despite society often telling us that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not something enough, we need to embrace each other and lift these young girls up because they're having such a very hard time today. And so all of these women do such a wonderful job in telling great stories about other women. And so it's really about inspiring others to keep telling those stories and inspiring young girls today and helping them dream big and believe in themselves.
Well, my name is Deb Carson, and I'm an anchor with Fox Sports Radio, and I am honored to be a presenter for tonight's award show. I'm going to be presenting the Outstanding Special to a producer for CNN who produced a magnificent special which highlights essentially everyday heroes who go above and beyond, folks like you and me who just go the extra mile to make a difference, and that we're all capable of having such an impact on other people's lives if we choose to do the right thing and make a difference when we have an opportunity. I'm the chair of the Alliance for Women in Media.
Please tell me how you feel about the progression. How long have you been chair, and what has inspired you with the progression to the scene from the time you started chairing?
Well, you're only chair for about a year, but I've been on the board of directors for 7 or 8 years at this point, so I've continued to work with the organization. When you talk about progression, I think you can look at even our name change. We used to be American Women in Radio and Television, and we changed our name a year and a half ago to the Alliance for Women in Media, because nobody's just in radio or television anymore. It's all online, it's all digital, it's all HD, it's all about content. And it was the name change, I think, lends itself to being much more embracing to everybody else in the other industries as well.
I am part of a team that's winning an award tonight for a website for Wells Fargo. I directed several documentary-style videos that a website was built around different stories of women, real women, facing financial challenges. And the website's winning an award, so it's quite an honor to be here.
A lot of people are interested in independent films, very much like myself. Tell me about what you're doing. Thank you for coming to Los Angeles, and we want to hear from you. So tell us what you're doing.
Thank you for giving me this interview. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Yes, I'm working on Casey, my first film. It's finally moving out of development stage, and we're getting people signed up, raising more money. It deals with miscarriages, female alcoholism, child abuse, domestic violence, so it's a whole gambit of things in that I'm really, really excited about it. I really feel that now's the time, and especially in a venue like this with so many creative women here, it can serve as a powerful voice for 1 out of 4 women who go through a miscarriage, or women who have celiac disease or are more prone to miscarriages and diabetes for that matter. I'm also working on a book, Black Viking, getting that ready for publication, 1st to 12th saga, so I'm really, really trying to spearhead some things forward, but first and foremost is Casey.
Now tell me, what made you choose that particular subject matter?
I first wrote Casey back in 2005. That came after the tragic tales of 2 close friends of mine who went through miscarriages. And basically, the downward toll that it took, friendships were broken, marriages, divorces happened. And that was really my first really stark introduction to miscarriages. It really inspired me. And when I researched it, I was like, this is a situation that needs to be told. If people talk about this, there won't have to be 40+ percentages of divorces that happen because of miscarriages or prenatal deaths or things of that nature. So again, providing a voice for women who are too terrified or too guilt-ridden to come forward.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
Now, are African Americans more prevalent to actually go through this as opposed to any other ethnicity? Miscarriages and...
Well, for African American women, diabetes can cause higher than normal levels of miscarriages. About, I believe, young African American women in their early 20s, up to a 40% chance of miscarriage if they have diabetes or an advanced stage of diabetes. So for Latin women who are more prone for lupus, they can have higher rates. Women who have celiac disease. So it's really, really interesting as I continue to learn more and more about it, that it really affects women as a whole. Of course, so
I think it's very noble that you're taking on this task as a man.
Yes.
Normally it's women that focus on the women's issues, I find. But the fact that you're doing that, I think is wonderful. What about your future? Tell us about projects for the future.
I've got lined up a next film besides the Black Viking, the book. I'll talk hopefully more of that in detail. The Obsidian Canvas, which I hope to work on next, that deals with Judaism, Black Jews as well. So one of the things that I tried to do is come out of the box.
Yes, I've noticed
and try to provide voices for voices that are not there being created.
I like that. I think that's wonderful.
Yes.
And we really look forward to seeing more of you in the future.
I hope
When is your first film released?
Well, we're advancing in pre-production. So first things first, we're working with trying to get some pre-distribution on top of that. If not, we're going to go the film festival route to get maximum exposure through there. So we have plans to get Casey seen.
Oh, wonderful. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I know a lot of people are excited, and thank you for doing that for us.
Oh, my pleasure.
I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Especially women, as you say, there's a little bit of a stigma. They don't talk about it, they don't share. So you bringing this to the forefront is good. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have just closed the 2011 Gracie Awards red carpet. We're now about to go inside for the cocktail reception, and then we will have the awards ceremony. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. There's going to be a lot more going on, so stay tuned. Thank you.